The PlayStation Portal was recently announced at a price tag of only $200, which, to give credit where credit is due, that is an incredible price for a DualSense controller with a screen attached, and I was blown away to see that. Even with that positive outlook though, I've really been thinking through whether or not I think this is a device that should exist, or maybe is stupid, especially when you look at something like this. This is Valve's Steam Deck, and lately they've been putting up certified refurbished models for just $320. Now I know $320 is more than $200. Yes, I also know math. Yes. However, if you're someone like me that's a little tech savvy, I just kind of want to go through a couple of the reasons that $120 is going to get you a lot more value and allow you to do all the same things that you're going to be able to do with your PlayStation Portal. So let's talk about that. All right, so I don't feel like I can really start this conversation without at least going over what the PlayStation Portal is and what it isn't, because just because it may not be for me doesn't mean that it's not for you. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of what we know about the PlayStation Portal. First and foremost, the pros. It is really well priced. At $200, it's really difficult to tell anybody that it's not a good idea to get it, because it will be easy to use and all those good things, and it is just going to work. So $200, I can't be mad about it. It may still not be for me, it may still not be for you, but it's a very reasonable price, and it will be convenient. Like I've thought and expressed before, I'm expecting it to be kind of an out-of-the-box experience. I expect people are going to get it, get home, take it out of the box, probably have to charge it because, let's just be real, that's how everything is now. And then maybe sign into your PlayStation account, maybe have to use the link code on your PS5. After that setup, I expect it to work pretty much all the time, just flawlessly. Outside of the normal issues, with the fact that the PS5 will sometimes just turn itself off. But if your PS5 is on, you should be able to wake it and put it to sleep from this device, no problem at all. If you're a parent, or if you have kids, maybe you're less tech savvy, this seems like a really good option to give kids, especially at the price point, because of it being so convenient and so well priced, and it's going to work, and they're not going to miss out on any of the features that supposedly they would get out of the regular DualSense controller. And the DualSense controller, it's a pretty awesome controller. Like this dude is cool. I haven't seen too many developers really utilize everything that it can do, but it's a fairly comfortable controller. It gets the job done great, and I really can't complain about it. And if you can get that in a handheld experience, I understand why people would want that. And of course, it's going to have a 1080p HD display, which you can't get in the Steam Deck or a lot of other handhelds right now. You're going to actually get 1080p. And if you only care about PlayStation games, or if you're a PlayStation guy or gal, like if you're Sony through and through, it's going to be everything you need. You don't care about any other markets. But all those positive things are met with a couple cons that are almost deal breakers for me, and that inspired this video a little bit. The first one being that there's no cloud streaming. So far, at least what PlayStation has said right now, it is only going to be remote play. Even further than just like, oh, well, they haven't said that you can't do cloud streaming on it. Actually, they can. They have specifically said that you can only do remote play. And so that's a big shame when the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming that you get as part of your PlayStation Plus Premium subscription is really good. It uses the same foundation, the same structure that Game Pass uses for Xbox's cloud streaming, and it's really good, people. Like, honestly, it's better than streaming directly from your PlayStation. It's smooth, it's reliable, your saves are right there, and it's on pretty much any network that is fast enough to do it. Now, granted, it is currently only available on PC or Windows, kind of, sort of. We'll get to that later. But it's good. It was far more reliable than remote play. The other issue that I take with the device is that they have confirmed there's not going to be any Bluetooth for audio. Now, there is a 3.5mm headphone jack, so any of these kind of connectors that you have, they're going to work just fine. You just plug that right in, Bada bing, bada boom. It should even work with the type that are tip ring sleeve, or that 3 band right there. So tip ring sleeve, I think is what that is. That have microphone built in. It should even work with that for you to play online with chat if you want. But if you want to go wireless, you're going to have to get their new proprietary headphones. Sony has a new proprietary Pulse headphone set, as well as the Pulse earbuds. They'll work. I think that they also have Bluetooth, so they'll connect to any other device you want, and they'll dual connect. Like, they can connect to the Sony PlayStation Portal as well as your phone at the same time, so you could be playing a game and on the phone, or doing whatever else you want to, or maybe you're Bluetooth to a baby monitor or something, and you're playing and having a good time in bed, but you could still, listen to the baby monitor. There's good reasons for it. It still stands. I plan on getting it just to check to see if you can use one of these little dongles that you get with like SteelSeries headphones, or if one of these dongles that you can buy, or used to be able to buy for the Switch, that allowed you to connect Bluetooth headphones through the dongle, if one of those will work, because I'm fully expecting it to be USB-C. So this might work. I don't know if this is going to work for a wireless option, but I will, as soon as I can get my hands on an actual portal, I will be testing that to see. That will help its case just a little bit, but still not a whole lot, because they were capable of Bluetooth audio. And the last one is no local play, which it is a streaming device, so that you may be saying, Webby, that's dumb. It was never supposed to be an actual handheld device, and you're right. I know, you're right. But wouldn't it be nice, and for me, wouldn't it be nice if something like, I don't know, Hue, or Little Nightmares, or a lot like Bread and Fred is a computer game, but these smaller indie titles that don't take a whole lot of power, why can't you download that to the device? If it really is just an Android tablet, it should be able to at least play anything that an Android phone is capable of. Now, I understand that would just add complication, and they can make things easier by having it in a walled garden. So you'll keep that convenience, that better experience that was a Pro, because of the con of not having local play. But I still think that it could have made it possible, and put like the way that Valve has verified check marks for the Steam Deck, like PlayStation Portable verified for remote play, for local play. They could have done that and just put it in the marketing, and it would have been fine. So that is what the PlayStation Portal is and isn't. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Steam Deck. So the Steam Deck isn't a new device. You guys have probably, that are watching this, have at least heard of this. But if you haven't, the part that is probably the coolest about it is that since it's a Linux-based computer handheld, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. Anything that you can get working on a Linux computer, you can just about get to work on this. That's going to be important for you people who want to play, your PlayStation games on the go. But one thing that I think is worth mentioning as a pro, if you're a PlayStation game fan, one thing I really think is worth mentioning with the Steam Deck is that even without doing any tech buffoonery, like without doing anything crazy to the Steam Deck, right out of the box, it's going to play any verified or playable Steam game just like a console experience. There's not any computering, if you will, around that. It really is a super clean console experience. Like you can see here, and I'll put this up on the screen, you can see here that the user interface is super clean. It's just right bumper, left bumper, go through whatever you need. Like it's really, really easy to navigate your games. It's even easy to purchase games from the store within this interface. It feels like a console experience. And if you don't mind waiting a little bit for your PlayStation games, Sony has really been in the habit lately of putting their games on Steam. Maybe not anywhere else, and I'm sure we'll never see them on Xbox or anything like that, but they've been popping up on Steam a lot, and just about all of them are Steam Deck verified, meaning that you can play those PlayStation games on the Steam Deck with no trouble. You don't even have to be connected to the internet to make it happen. You can do it wherever you want. Don't believe me on the large list of PlayStation games? Well, you don't have to, because I took the liberty of comprising a list, and here they are. That's every PlayStation game that's come to Steam so far, and almost all of them are verified. It's pretty impressive. But, okay, say you want to play something that's out right now, or you want to stream your games that's on your PlayStation where you already own the game on PlayStation. You want to pick up where you left off on the toilet or on somewhere else in the house, or maybe anywhere. Well, unfortunately, the fix for the Steam Deck isn't going to work anywhere. You will have to be on the same network. But there's a really neat little application called Chiaki. Now, it is a little janky to get it working, but I have it here set as remote play. When you choose Chiaki on the Steam Deck, what's going to happen is it's going to load in once you get everything in, and it's going to show you every PlayStation that is currently on your network. PlayStation 5, and as you'll see here, PlayStation 4s. All you have to do from that point is use the touchscreen and choose the device that you want to connect to, and bada bing, bada boom, you're right in just like regular remote play. Now, it's not as easy to set up as regular remote play, because with the remote play app, all you have to do is log into your PlayStation ID and you're set. To do this, you're going to need your ID, your PlayStation ID, as well as the address or I forget exactly what they call it, but basically you need your PlayStation specific ID, and then you need to find the device on your IP address. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but there are tons of guides that are available here on YouTube and elsewhere that'll walk you through it. I'll actually put a link to my favorite guide to set up Chiaki at the moment in the description of this video as well, so you can check that out. That's not what this video is about. I don't want to spend too much time teaching you how to use that program, but I do want to give you the resources that you would need to set it up if this is something that you think that maybe you want to do for yourself. The other cool thing about the Steam Deck for you PlayStation peeps has got to be the PlayStation Plus streaming app. That is an application that is only available for Windows. However, most of the games that are on Steam are honestly also only available on Windows, and this Linux computer plays it just fine. You just have to do something called a compatibility layer. I'm going to pull some footage from a previous video that I made talking about some stuff that I've been able to do with the Steam Deck, just to show you how easy it is to get these games up and running. You can check that out right now. Once you do, add it to your Steam library as a non-Steam game, open the game properties, and force it to use a working compatibility layer. I used Proton 6.21-GE-2, and it hasn't given me any problems. There's just one little quirk. Every time you launch the app, you'll need to use the touchscreen to manually enter controller mode. From that point, your gamepad will work fine. I recommend remapping one of the touchpads though to the escape key. Otherwise, you won't be able to exit a PlayStation game without completely closing the application. All right, so clearly, PlayStation Plus streaming, it works really well. It works really well on the Steam Deck, and that will work no matter where you are. You don't even have to own a PS5 to do the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming. You do have to have PlayStation Plus subscription, but I mean that's cheaper than a PS5. If you guys already have a Steam Deck or are thinking about getting a Steam Deck and want to test out some PlayStation games without ever having to purchase a PlayStation, hey, there you go. Now let's talk a little bit more about some features that you're going to get with the Steam Deck that you just can't get with the PlayStation Portal. First and foremost, Bluetooth audio. Connect whatever Bluetooth headset you'll want to this thing. It also has a 3.5mm headphone jack, so if you got these old things lying around, plug it in. If you need one of these dongles here for your SteelSeries headset or whatever you use, it's got a USB-C on it. Plug it in. It worked just fine the first time that I plugged it in with no problem. Headphones are there. We already talked about how you have cloud streaming with it, local play with it, but you also have access to every game that's on Steam. And if you're okay with the buffoonery, the rigmarole that we did to get PlayStation to work, it's a lot simpler to get Xbox Cloud Gaming to work as well. It is only over internet, but it plays so good, and I think it's worth mentioning, considering the PlayStation Portal can only play your PlayStation games via an internet connection as well. This uses they've kind of like set the standard for cloud play, in my opinion. And yes, there will be some latency. I understand not wanting to play a super competitive game with it, but I've casually played a couple rounds of Fortnite and Forza, both kind of needing fast reaction times. And I've had I can tell if I really look, but for the most part, I can't even tell the difference from my input lag with my regular controller or when I'm playing it over Steam Deck. You also have access to things like Amazon Luna if you enjoy streaming. I've got a whole video about some of the stuff that I've done. I'll link that in the description as well. The biggest win for me, though, is Discord. You can have more than one application running on the Steam Deck at one time, because remember, it's just a computer. Just like you can have multiple applications running on your computer. Same thing here. And I use Discord pretty much exclusively for all of my voice chat. I just open it up, jump into the chat that I want to get into, and then boot whatever game I want, whether it's a Steam game, whether it's streaming on PlayStation, whether it's streaming on Xbox, whatever it is, it works just as well. And Discord you can actually download directly from the Linux application browser. It's really easy to get it on here. And then it's say you want access to some other launchers like Epic or GOG. There's plenty of apps that you can download directly from the browser as well, like the Heroic Game Launcher that allows you to install almost every Epic game that I own that I've been able to install on here. I played. My favorite is playing a couple rounds of Rocket League. I'll throw some footage of that up on the stream right now too. And that's not even getting into the world of emulation. But that's a different video. A video that I've actually already covered talking about all the things that I've been able to do on the Steam Deck. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. I just basically wanted to have an open dialogue with you guys because now that Valve is releasing the Steam Deck at $320 for the lowest model refurbished, they're coming out. People are doing open boxes of these and they're looking brand new right now. I know it's $120 more than the PlayStation Portal, but if you've got that and you're a little tech savvy, or maybe you have a tech savvy friend that can help you out, shoot, if you're interested and you don't have a tech savvy friend and you need some help, let me know that in the comment section. I'll make a video showing you how to do this stuff. I'd be happy to help you guys. Reach out to me on Discord, on Twitter at WebbyPumpkin. Reach out to me over at twitch.tv/WebbyPumpkin. We're there every Tuesday and Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, which means that I'm live tonight or right now, depending on when you're watching this video. Come over there and ask me questions about it. I'm happy to help you guys get this set up, because for $120 more, you can do everything and more than that PlayStation Portal. It's not quite as convenient, but it is really, really cool and really useful. And for that reason, I'm not really sold on the PlayStation Portal yet. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe put that in the comments. Are you interested in the PlayStation Portal? Are you getting the PlayStation Portal anyway? Or have I maybe convinced you to try a different route? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below, or over on Twitter, or over on Twitch, wherever is most convenient for you. And hey, if you've stuck around this long to watch the video, thank you so much for doing that. I know I've kind of just rambled a little bit, so I appreciate you listening. And if you stayed this long, hey, maybe you even liked the video. So show us. Did you like the video? Did you not like the video? If you're not subscribed, do you want to subscribe? Right now, 80-something% of you guys that are watching my videos are not subscribed, and I'm about halfway to the subscription limit that I need to be able to apply, for monetization on the channel. That would help me out so much. So the biggest way that you guys can help out the channel if you're enjoying this content is by liking and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Guys, I think, at least for the foreseeable future, I'm going to try to rock it on the Steam Deck, and I'll let you guys know what my findings are. I can post an update video if you're interested, but ultimately, there's just a lot of value there. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.